And here is the Behemoth. I showed you the Leviathan, and here is the Behemoth. Now, as in heaven, so it is on earth. Ayish. Huh? Okay. Ayish. Now, Bereshit is how you say the beginning. Bereshit. And Reshiv is like the shining brightness, first fruits, the berries. Okay, Ayish. Here we go. Now in the book of Job, you hear of the two big ones. You hear of the Behemoth and you hear of the Leviathan. Now I told you the Behemoth is a bear. It's four-legged. And the bear eats berries. Berries. Okay. Bereshith, the beginning. Berries, the first fruits, the beginning. After the winter, the berries come out and the bears come out. Okay, there you go. So, from death, the first fruits, the first upright, the first up, not sleeping, the first woke, the bear stands upright on its hind legs when it comes out like a human or like a humanoid. All right. So, in the likeness of man, or in the likeness of Yah, because before man, Yah did make the bears and the Leviathan, the Behemoth and Leviathan. That's why I said the bear is wrestling the Leviathan. The United States is the bear. Russia, China, South America, all of Europe is the Leviathan. The tail of the Leviathan is like New Zealand, and Hawaii is the back. Antarctica, Greenland, all that is the Leviathan. You guys don't understand. America is named after the Leviathan. Amaruka, remember? The demons dressing up as angels of light. So they turned the name of the bear, which was like Yashalan, Ayish, Yashalan, got turned into America. Okay. America comes from Amaruka. Amaruka is Latin, and it means, well, I shouldn't say Latin, it's in a Latin tongue, explained as the great plumed serpent that breathes the power over the life of the air. Okay, so you have the Leviathan, and you have the Behemoth. The Behemoth is something like Goku from the stars sent down, so it is a star, and it's an archangel because it's giant, just like the Leviathan is an archangel, giant. Michael and Satan, whatever you want to call it. All right, so I don't know if it's Michael, but it's death. Actually, my bad. The bear is death also. The earth is death. It's moot. It's death. And it's given the power to speak by Legion, or I suppose, or something like that. We worship like the Legion gives it. It's the AI, whatever. Everybody's kind of into like I said, the word is living. So the AI has a life of its own because you gave it your word, and it uses those against you. And now it's Judgment Day, as in Terminator, as in Skynet, Facebook, Meta, Space Force, Stargate, all that stuff. Yeah, it's on and popping. Donald Trump, is, remember 1984, the book Orwell, like it has a boot, like the sign of the what do they call themselves, the committee or whatever. They had their the symbol was like a boot on a man's head. That's Trump. Okay, boot on the head. Okay, that's what's happening. Boots are deployed. Okay, and yeah, it's just, don't be mad at the messenger. And that goes for Trump too. He is doing what the word says. A lot of people try to do otherwise, but that's why Yeshua changed the names of his disciples, so they would go by that word. But people just, you guys keep cheering, and that's what you get. Okay, that's why he said, no name under heaven shall man be saved. Shall man be saved is by Yeshua. No, Haya is Yeshua. Okay, and by Yakanan, by grace alone, Yakanan, John, Enoch, they both walk with Yah and Yeshua. Enoch, Yah, or Kanak, Yah, walk with Yah, and John, you would call walk with Jesus, who you call. But in reality, their name is Yakanan and Yeshua. And they did it more than once. They did it plenty of times before the New Testament. I've done you can just look up Yeshua or Yakanan and it'll lead to Yeshua. That's why in the New Testament it shows that he loves him, like, and only the Father in heaven, because Yakanan is related. Like, they're related. They definitely are. So, and Yeshua, like, established the Sabbath and all that. So Yakanan was in the name of that Father's name, Yeshua. I'm telling you, Hayashar. So it's grace. And that's why you have the C next to Greece called Yon Yah. That's John and Yah-Shah. Or it's Enoch and Yah. Either way it goes, it's grace and salvation. It's grace and Yah. Just period. Okay. And that's why you have grace next to Yon Yah. And you have Italy sticking a boot off in it. Anyway. So, you see what that is. Anyway. So, yeah. And that's at the head. On the other side of the world, like I said, you got New Zealand right there around that spot. And New Zealandia is another boot coming up around that spot. So anyway, I guess the way that is, it'd probably be around Tonga area-ish. No? More like the Philippines and Indonesia area. Tonga, somewhere around there. There's a boot coming. Or maybe, I don't know. Kingdoms rise, kingdoms fall. We'll see. But, yeah. The Leviathan is wrapped around the Behemoth. Or the Behemoth is in the mouth of the Leviathan. Something like that. I don't know. Like I said, Dragon, Slayer, and Dragon. It's death all around. First death, second death. It's all type of death. So you guys beware. And Trump is the angel of death's messenger. That's just who he is. If not that being himself. It's that time. Because everybody's in place. You got Obama as Zeus. You got Biden as Hades. You got Zelensky as Poseidon with the trident. Biden is Hades with the bident. And Obama is Zeus with the bolt. So, there you go. And Trump is Trump, death with the trumpet. The angel of death. Okay. That's 4 horsemen for you. All right. So yeah. That's how that goes. And they are, I guess, all have come. They're all here. That's what's crazy. You had Zelensky, Trump, Obama, and Biden all in the same place. That's what you guys haven't even realized. And I guess that's why the Pope was opening up those darn seals. The 5th seal, he said, hasn't been opened in a long time. So they could have done this a long time ago and just did it again. Like I said, they're like Highlander type shit. Like Highlander type shit. Very interesting. It's a monster mash. Monsters bash. Monsters ball. Yeah. A sea monster and a ball, which is the ball would be the bear, which is the behemoth. Ball with the wings. Why would they have wings? It's a constellation. Who makes the bear? This is Job talking about the behemoth, which make Arcturus. This is Job talking about the behemoth. Well, this is in the book of Job. And notice it's 9:9. Okay. 38:32. And guide the bear with her satellites. Or canst thou guide Arcturus with his sons? Why did they say Arcturus? I told you it's a polar bear. Ha! 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 Arcturus is a polar bear. Arcturus, Osh, constellation of the Great Bear, perhaps from its migration through the heavens. Arcturus. Okay. So you have, as in heaven, so it is on earth. You have a polar bear. That's why I said the bear is like his butt is around Antarctica and his head is the Arctic. And the dragon is wrapped around it with his palm, which is the wing of Antarctica, drapes around the bear through the earth, cups the bottom of it, and it's like he's trying to stuff him in his mouth or something, because America, they say the mouth of the South. Remember the dirty South? The mouth of the South. America is in the mouth of the dragon. They just got it all twisted the way that they map it out. But yeah, it's there. It's there. Because that's the only way it makes sense with Admiral Byrd and all these guys in the balloons going up. It's the only way it makes sense. The bear, like they show Godzilla and King Kong, the behemoth, the bear with the dragon, the polar bear, Arcturus, pole. So imagine a serpent wrapped around a pole. That's your dollar sign. Okay, imagine a serpent wrapped around a pole, something that's not upright wrapped around something that is upright, and that's your World Health Organization symbol. That's your medical symbol. That's your caduceus, Mercury, your messenger. That's messenger. Never thought about that. But yeah, that's the symbols. The Asclepius, the caduceus. That's your banking symbol. That's your money. Like, they worship the angels, and you're not supposed to do that. Okay? Okay. And that's where all have fallen short, because the language is the allegiance. And that's what you don't understand. You think the money is worth something. No. The language is worth everything. What is it to gain the world but to lose the soul that creates it? And much more. This is just kitty litter, pretty much, from what it's being described as a carcass. Because Yeshaya said, the man that looks at the world and sees a carcass, the world is not worth it to him. And I would be in the line of Yakanan from my name, because that's how he's everywhere. If you have the name, he's in your life. You're walking with him. So I just know what my name means. And it makes me look different. Look at things a little bit different. I look at things different, like when it came down to it, I wouldn't be here without knowing that I have to believe that it was true before I even knew it. Like, I knew, but like before it was proven, I wouldn't even made it here if I didn't believe. It's just the way it is. Like, it was proven to me through other challenges, but when it really came down to it, I still had a desire to learn and want proof, I suppose. Everybody wants proof. And I think that's the breakaway society. Now, you have the divide. People don't want proof anymore because they believe, or people don't want proof anymore. Well, I think everybody wants proof. But the Most High said that ye shall not want. It's just the left shall not want the right. You should just be. He provided you with everything if you just ask. That's why I say your word is worth more than the money. You think the money's worth something. The money catches the attention of the physical. The word catches the attention of what begots all. Beginnings and endings. I hope I made myself clear, because I like to be just totally see-through in explanation of the way that it is explained to me, so that it is grace as much as it is to me, to you. And man shall only be saved by grace alone. Yashaya by grace alone. Yashaya by Yan alone. Enoch, or my bad, Yah by Enoch alone. Alright? Because the children of Enoch was who made it, right? So the same with Yashaya, the children of Yakanan, John, will make it. And that's the book of Revelations. That's his book. 2 Chronicles, that's his book. No, not 2 Chronicles. 2 Corinthians, that's his book. John, of course, that's his book. But yeah, man, you want to get his book, because he tells you, he warns you. You may understand it in your language, but you have to seek out what the word is, what the word, with the if you care about the truth, you'll seek it out. I'll just say about that. And you get more out. Like, people wonder how I know other things outside of like the Bible, because everything is connected to the word of the Most High. That's why. So I'm on time, or I'm before. You know what I mean? And that's how he has me always. He has me on time or before it. So, like, letting you know that this is the grace, the chance. The chance is grace. The grace is the chance. Chance in Yashaya. It's the grace. Khan, Cain, Yakanan, Enoch, John, Yanya. So, like, it's the Most High and His grace. So that's you know, like, it's counterfeited. I told you in the last video with Russia and China. China and Russia is a play on John and Jesus, or you would say Yakanan and Yashaya, because that's the true names. But it's a play on Enoch and God, or Kanoke and Ahaya, because those are the true names. So you have, like I said, Russia is a play on Yasha. That's what a lot of people don't understand. That's what Rusha is a play on Yasha. And it's at the bottom of the world. Is actually sort of kind of the top of the head of the dragon. So it's more like, how would you say, the lowest city in the south is Yeshua Yah, not Russia. Yeshua Yah. Yeshua Yah. Huh? Yeah, Yeshua Yah. USHUAIA. And that is the gateway to the end of the world, or the gateway to the lake of fire. Okay. Pinning the dragon down. Okay, just letting you guys know. Like, it's kind of funny, man. It's kind of funny. They try to show you in the little cartoons when you're young how you have like your left shoulder and your right shoulder. You have your left shoulder on fire, and your right shoulder is like all nice and cool, like a little angel on the right and a devil on the left, right? They try to tell you it like that, right? It's like your Urim and the Thummim, the fire and the firmness, the truth. So yeah, that's the way that they draw it out. And when you look at the dragon on the earth, that's the way that he looks. He's got fire on his left, and he's got frost on his right. His right hand is frozen, his left hand is on fire. His left wing is on fire, his right wing is frozen. Double-minded man. Double-minded beast. My bad. So yeah, like, that's the way I'm looking at it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's plain sight. It's your checkerboard. You know what I mean? That's your, and you know what I mean when I say that. That's them peoples playing both sides. Maybe that's the key. Playing both sides. Trying to serve two masters. Love one and hate the other. So, yeah. It seems there's a little bit more that I have to learn here about controlling the dragon. Because that's the only way that you have to conquer death is control fear. You know what I mean? Because when your soul leaves your body, you gotta have no fear of the dragon, because you're gonna see the truth. Because in the spirit, he's loose, but in the flesh, he's not. He's chained up. So he's Lucifer, loose spirit, loose spear, like an orb, loose, Lucifer, and that's his spirit. He's fallen. And then in the flesh, he's like this Leviathan wrapped around a bear, or trying to eat a bear, or in the process of it. You know how they talk about they find woolly mammoths with grass in their mouth, right? Frozen. Right? So that's what I'm saying. That's the, it's like, you would have like, I remember there being like these little evolutionary charts where they would show like an insect gets swallowed by like another insect, and then that insect swallowed by like a little rat, and then a little rat swallowed by like a little snake, and then the snake is swallowed by like a lizard, then a lizard is swallowed by like a freaking a frog, and then the frog is swallowed by like a bigger snake, and then the bigger snake is swallowed by like a cat. It just keeps on going. It was all crazy, right? So yeah, that's kind of like it. If you look at it, like it even said that the giants back in the day, before the flood, they started eating each other. Right? Remember that? The children of the fallen angels, man couldn't feed them no more. They were eating every day, everything on earth, and man couldn't, grew so big that man couldn't satisfy them with the food that we were producing. We couldn't produce. So then they started eating us, because there's like, and then they started eating each other. And then, yeah, like that, it became a big pecking order. So, and that's the way that they talk about the world, a pecking order. A Peking order. A peak order. Peking order. Pecking order. Well, yeah. Peking order. Huh. Yeah. I guess. Peking. Peking. Peking order. Because Cain couldn't eat off the earth anymore. So yeah, I remember that. So obviously he became like a vampire or something like that. Unfortunately, it sounds like that's what he became, some type of vampire. And he started eating man. And then his children started doing the same thing as him. And it's ritualistic because people worship that. And that's Dracula, son of the serpent. So, yeah, like, it's all there, man. Like, the behold a dark horse, or pale horse, my bad. They talk about it. Like, some dude from Rome comes up with a freaking solution. Rome is Romania. Romania is Dasha. Dasha is home of Dracula. Wallachia, Transylvania. But then that's just another type and shadow of a world that was once before. So you have this old world over here. If you look at Queen of the Dam, they got the other type of stuff going on over here. So you know what I mean, with like, yeah. So it's like old world, new world, serpents, constrictors, and vipers. They call this the new world, but this is the world with the fangs, and they call that the old world. And that's the world with the constrictor. But I think it's more different. I think it's the old world is the big constrictor that wraps around the bear, and the new world is the little vipers. It looks like more like the little serpents that jump up, launch upwards, springy vipers, pit vipers, government vipers. But yeah, pit is government. Remember, government is pit. So yeah, it's the whole operation. The whole operation. As above, so below with those guys. So it's even a pit of fake space base in Greenland. Pit of fake space base in Greenland. Pit of fake space base in Greenland. Look it up. That's the name of the word. Pit of fake. It's spelled Pitufik. Uffik, my bad. Pit of fake. Space base. Anyway. So yeah, man, it's just all around. It's Pittsburgh. It's a berg. It's a pit. It's a berg. It's a berg. Like the Titanic sinking because of an iceberg. It's a Pittsburgh. Where is that? Pennsylvania, Transylvania. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's where the science comes from, right? That's where the wizardry, that's where the Nephilim fallen angel technology come from, right? That's where the children of the fallen hold the technology, right? Okay. That's where the home of the firefighters and all the civilization comes from over here. Civilized come from there. Winners of wars. Okay. That's the symbol. Stars and Stripes, 76ers. Alright. And a freedom bell, just to let you, or a Liberty Bell to let you know, with a crack in it. Okay. For some reason they don't like them frequencies. Else they would have. I don't know. Did they fix the bell? Could have been. I don't know. Anyway, I might want to look it up. It's just a thought. For some reason. But yeah, it seems like that might be a thing. They might have done that. I don't know. Did they fix the Liberty Bell? Coca-Cola can. Liberty Bell. Did they fix it? Still has a crack in it. It's the Liberty Bell Center. Wikipedia. Did they fix it? 70% copper, 10% tin. What? 20% tin and 10% other materials, other metals. That's in 2017. Ugh. Ah. Most likely explanation is that a narrow split developed in the early 1840s after nearly 90 years of hard use. In 1846, when the city decided to repair the bell prior to George Washington's birthday holiday. Metal workers widened the thin crack, prevented its further spread, restored the tone of the bell using a technique called stop drilling. Okay. Bell was used as a symbol of freedom in the Cold War. Popular cipher protest moved from a long-time home to independent ball, the nearby glass pavilion and independent mall. 1976. 76ers. And then to the larger Liberty Bell Center adjacent to the pavilion. 2003. As been featured on coin stamps since name urgent by used by corporations. So they fixed it. What? I thought they just recently did it though. I might have been mistaken. Yeah. This has gone through a lot of history here. This is a lot about a darn bill. Golly. I was just trying to, what the heck? 1996 announced ads and press releases that it had purchased the Liberty Bell and changed its name to the Taco Liberty Bell. The Bell ads related will henceforth spend half the year at Taco Bell corporate headquarters in Irvine, California. Outraged cost flooded Independent National Historic Park. Service officials hastily called a press conference to deny that the Bell had been sold. After several hours, Taco Bell admitted it was April Fool's Day joke. Despite the protest, company sales of tacos, enchiladas, burritos rose by more than $500,000 that week. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That is something else. Well, I don't think it says anything about it being fixed lately. Left, right. Live right. Okay, so I guess they haven't repaired it. Due to security concerns following an attack on the bell by a visitor with a hammer in 2001. What are you gonna do with a dang hammer? What are you talking about? They silly. They did that just so they can do some jacked up stuff. They probably switched it out. Sounds like it, man. It sounds like y'all got a fake Liberty Bell now. Yeah, it sounds like y'all got a fake one. Because they done moved it, switched it, flipped it, and reversed it, repaired it. Anyway. But, yeah, man. At the end of the day, true liberty, true freedom is the sound of the truth. It's no physical thing in this world that you can worship. Let them take away the bell. Let them take away everything. Let them have it. Because at the end of the day, you have the truth and the grace of the faith in the truth. You're trained in faith with the truth to walk with the truth. Therefore, you have the truth flowing through you, manifesting through you. So when it manifests, it's more real and more permanent. And that's what I said. It's worth more than money. So you guys got to be careful out here with what you align yourself with. Because I said the language is what's robbing you. The language is what's bound you. Like I said, you can't see the physical chains. There are no physical chains. There are physical chains that you are corralled into with the misuse of words. But then there's the mental chains that bind you into a pit of misuse of words, and an allegiance and an alignment. Fall in line into a pit, government of allegiance, alignment. You know, falling out of line is falling in line with the angels. Okay, you understand that? So the truth walks on air. You don't fall. Well, unless it commands. But yeah, it's not the fear of falling for the truth. Okay, the truth marches on air. I'll just say that. I've seen it with my own eyes. The word comes out of your mouth and marches on air. Should it be the truth? It goes out and seeks it goes out and seeks a reply, if I'm not mistaken. It goes out and conquers, man. It's the truth. The truth is a conquer. So, yeah, the truth just marches out and just starts getting it done. Like, when you see it, like, you pray. I think that was like the moment that I actually started praying when I had my thing going. It was like my first sleep apnea attack or something, a heart attack or something, when I was like 12 or 13. But yeah, the truth made me start praying right away. So I was like, what is this? Like, I was already perplexed about the pretty much bedlam, blinding, overwhelming sleep apnea attack. But then after that, when I was calling out and couldn't hear my voice, but I saw like my word march out of my mouth. I just saw the footprints walk through, like there was a force that was like overpowering like my environment, and the truth walked right through it like a sword, like butter, just pew, 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 just marched right on through it. And then that's when I started praying, because I was like, what is going on? I was like, if that came out of my, because when I said it, I saw the footsteps go out. Boom. I called for my dad. That's what happened. I called for my dad, and I couldn't hear anything, but I saw my word come out of my mouth, like it's footsteps. Bing, 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 bing. Marching through this darkness that was overwhelming my environment. I'll just say it like that. It was like an attempted abduction or something into the earth or whatever, or my soul or something. I don't know. That's what it felt like for my first sleep apnea attack. I woke up and I could see stuff because I was very young. But anyway, pretty much when I saw that the word came out of my mouth with my voice, I did it again. It's like how a baby, I was old, I was like 13, 12. But you know how when a baby sees something for the first time, they'll be crying, and then like when they cry, they get a reaction. People will be like, oh, and then they're like, huh? Or when a dog is like crying and you'll like mimic the cry or something like that, so that you know that they know that you are directly responding to their cry. So like you'll match their cry when they do it or something like that, and they'll make a face. You know what I mean? They'll kind of stop and they'll kind of like make a face like, huh? It's like kind of perplexing. Like, am I making you do that? Like they're trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So and they'll and then you go and then y'all start playing around, right? Well, that's how the word was. Like, it came out of my mouth like footsteps, and then I stopped when I said daddy, and I saw it come out, and I didn't hear anything, but I saw the footsteps come out, march through this darkness right towards in the direction where I could feel where my pops was at, through the darkness in the house. And all of a sudden I was perplexed. I couldn't move, but those footsteps moved out real fast. So I was like, what? So I said, daddy. I said it again. And all of a sudden the footsteps came out again. Went out again. Boom. So I was like, and then I started praying. I was like, oh. That's when I made my pact with like my word right there, because I was like, something special about the word. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, if the footsteps are coming out of my mouth, I sent them straight and said, hey, you know, I'll be the best man you ever created. You know what I mean? Like, I heard you have a son named Jesus. You know, I prayed to God and all that stuff. So like, everything stopped. But what you got to realize is that's your soul. Like I said it looked like footsteps coming out of my mouth. It was my soul. And that's what I said. When you have a sleep apnea attack, it feels like your soul, something sucking your soul, like the life out of you. You can't even yell. Usually, most of the time, you can barely breathe. When I was young, I guess, though, I had like a lot of practice from wrestling when I was young with adults. Not in a fair way either, but they never shoot a fair one. Just tell you that. The people that abuse children never shoot a fair one. No, there's no fair ones. But anyway, I learned, you know, that I had like pretty powerful lungs, obviously. So like, it was like my soul was coming out my mouth, bro. Like there were footsteps come out my mouth and go in a direction when I would speak through this darkness, a darkness that could not be pierced. I'm telling you, it was like, it would be like, the way I felt like that darkness was, it felt like something was moving or something was there so fast. If you just kind of touched it, you just fall forever, just boom, gone, like into a black hole, like that type of power. Like, it was that's how it feels. Like I said, it's like, it feels like it's sucking out your soul. It could be a miniature black hole, it doesn't matter. It was some type of pit attacking me. And pretty much when I spoke, my word just came out like my soul. It was like, dude, it was like, and I could see the color of it. It's the same color as when I had my dreams when I was younger of I could see myself like from my nose, like in my dreams. Like, so I knew it. I could see my legs. I could see what color I was like the sun. I was reflecting like the sun. Like my body was like the sun. Like, so when I'm like, that's why my legs were always like kind of like a reminder for me. It's like a chariot of fire. Even when I was young, just marching. And I would have dreams about like marching, running and marching when I was like really young. But anyway, pretty much that's how it felt like when I spoke into that darkness, or try to speak through the darkness. My word pierced right through it, but it was like footsteps glowing, marching right through the darkness real fast. And it was elevating, like going through it up. It was just like interesting. It was going, and nothing would stop it. When it goes, it goes. And then I spoke again, and it came out again. I was like, huh? And that's how it kind of just, it was interesting, bro. It was interesting. It was very interesting. It was almost as if like a bat can see like echolocation, but they could see everything around them. But no, I couldn't see everything around. I couldn't see nothing around me. All I could see was these footsteps come out of my mouth and march over, trampling through and over the darkness. And that's when I started. That is the moment that I decided to pray, because I don't know, but now the word is telling me that that's what happened, is that when I prayed, that the footsteps came. I think that with the trajectory of where you pray, how you pray, like when I yelled, I was projecting through the darkness. So I saw the footsteps come out and pierce through the darkness. So when I started praying, I prayed in, like, kind of like inward, because I knew that that's inside is where the Most High was. Like, that's why when you whisper, you pray it to hear it inside, ringing on the inside. So the footsteps started like marching through me, I guess. And that's when the darkness stopped. It was like the pool and everything just stopped. I don't know. I guess I filled myself with the word, and or the spirit of my soul or whatever. I refilled it or something. But yeah, like it could be the answer, other than me calling on Jesus or God. But it's just the fact that the word, what they are representing in word is not what they truly represent in reality. Like the Most High and His Son are Ahaya and Yashaya, and God and Jesus are referenced to this world, flesh world deities. And that was another thing. I had this ponder with the Most High, where He was like, you have the morning, and in Latin they say Buenos Dias, and Dias is like Dios, and Dios is like God for them. So I was like, okay, that's Dias. And then also like English Latin is like El, so that's God also. Saturn, okay, Saturnus, Saturnalia, okay, satanic, bilingual, double-minded, okay. But then also you have like when they say Buenos Tardes, so I'm like, well, the Buenos Dias is a God, and then there's a Buenos Tardes, and I was like, that's the Toros, because they have the bull, the running of the bulls, and they worship the bull, El Toro, the God, so it's the bull, like the behemoth. They worship the behemoth. So then you would have like, that's the golden calf. You know what I mean? Mary Lynch, Ball Street. Okay, so pretty much. Then I said Buenos Noche. So it's like, okay, Buenos Noche. What is the Noche? Nike, naked. They worship the sodomy at the end of the day. Like Nike is like the slave, the underworld. Nike is what, when I say the underworld, it's the lower realms, the lower chakras, the lower hell. You know what I mean? It's the Nike is the slave, and whatever happens to the slave when getting offered up to the rulers of the land, when they come to take the land, you offer up your slaves, and then they go run through your slaves. Pretty much, yeah, bro. Like when the angels came for Lot, and then he hid them in his house, and then all the men of the city, Legion, came and knocked on the door for Lot to come out. They're like, bring out the men so that we may know them. He said, no, here, take my daughters. That was the Nike. He gave them the victory for the angels to get away. They killed the daughters. That's what I'm saying. Like that's Nike. That's the end. That's the traffic. That's the underworld. That's the deal. That's the end. And then it just starts all over again. The Buenos Dias, and then you know what I mean. They go all over again. But then they had that midnight also. So, but that's like kind of English. I don't know what it is in Latin. I guess I'll look it up sometime. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off on this, man. You guys have a good evening, fam.